Hello everyone, welcome to Krishna's online lectures. In this video of engineering mechanics, I'm going to discuss one practice questions which is related to method of joints. So here we have a question. So this is related to trusses and frames. So here we have this particular truss, and this truss is made of number of members or number of bars. So assembly of number of members we consider as a truss. So here we are considering members like AB, BC, CD, AD, BD, CE and DE. So these terms are representing the member. So how many members we have? I'm going to write here for this particular truss. So here we have these number of members. So how many members we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is our 7. This particular member is 7th member. But here this AB member is fixed member. So here we are going to do force analysis of this particular truss with the help of method of joints. Here we are going to use method of joint. So here with the help of this method of joint, we have to define the force analysis of this particular truss, or we have to define axial forces which is applicable on different member or on each and every member of the truss. And how we consider this axial force which is acting on the member? Because of the external loading. So here there are members. I have written here how many members we are considering. Now let's consider the joints. So here we have joints A, B, C, D and E. So here we have total 5 joints. So here we have 5 joints and 7 number of member. But actually this truss consists only 6 member because AB is a fixed member. So this particular member is not considerable for the analysis of forces, or here there will be no axial tensile or axial compressive force act because here because of this particular external load we are not considering any effect over this fixed member. Because this member is fixed, so it will not change its position. So here only 6 members we will consider. So this AB is the fixed member. Now here we have to define the force analysis or forces which is acting on each and every member. So on this BC, we will consider force FBC on each and every member. For FBD, we will consider member BD. So on this BD member, force will be FBD. On this AD, so here we have these forces which is acting on each and every member. On this member AD, force will be FAD. It is represented by FAD. On member CE, force will be FCE. On member CD, force will be FCD. On member DE, the force will be FDE or FED. Now, this particular force analysis we are going to do with the help of method of joint. So, our main concentration will be each and every joint. But this AB member is fixed member. So, this joint A and B is also a fixed joint. So, we will also not consider these two joints in the analysis. We will consider rest of the joints for the force analysis. But one thing you have to remember here, whatever joint you are going to prefer for the force analysis, whatever first joint you are going to prefer, that joint should have maximum number of known values. External loading, it is given. So its external loading is the known value, and axial loading which is acting on each and every member. So for example, if we are choosing this joint E, so at this joint E, how many forces are given? So it is subjected to external load. So here first force which is given, that is 2 kilonewton, and at this joint E, we are considering 2 members. 2 members are passing through, or 2 members are joined by this joint E, CE and DE. So forces which is passing through this particular member will be FCE and FED, and both are unknown. So this member or this joint is subjected to 1 known and 2 unknown. So here we can consider or we can take this joint E as the first joint for the analysis. Now let's see another joint. So here let us consider joint D. So joint D is here, this joint D is connecting how many members? It is connecting member AD, BD, CD and ED, and it is also subjected to external load 2 kilonewton. So here one known we have 2 kilonewton external load, and other loads which is passing through this point D, that is FAD, FBD, FCD and FED, and all the forces are unknown. So how many unknown forces we have? Here we have 4 unknown forces, 1 known force. So here this particular point is subjected to maximum number of unknowns. So this joint is not preferable. Now let's see another joint, joint C. So joint C is joining 3 members, BC, CD and CE. So at this particular joint, how many forces or line of action of forces are passing? FCE, FCD and FBC, and all forces are unknown. So here we are not considering any known force. All forces are unknown. So this force is also, or this joint is also not considerable. So here we have only one joint which is having maximum number of known value or minimum number of unknown value. So here 2 unknown value we have, 1 known value we have. So we can prefer this joint E first. This A and B both joint are fixed joints. So this particular joint A and B is not at all considerable for the analysis. So here we will take only 3 joints, E, D and C. And on the basis of method of joint concept, we can define all the forces which are acting on number of members. So let's do the analysis. So here, if we want to define the actual forces on each and every member, so first we need to do some basic calculation. So this is our truss, and here we have 2 external load at point E and at point D, and some members are straight and some members are inclined. So here this BD member is inclined and this CE member is inclined, and the angle of member CE with the horizontal member is given, it is theta, and dimensions are also given. AD is having 2 meter and DE is also 2 meter. And since this ABCD is representing a square, so the CD will also 2 meter and BC will also 2 meter. And this AB, this is not at all considerable, but still I'm writing it is 2 meter. And this angle, this CE angle, this CE is making angle theta with DE. So here we will consider this triangle CDE. So from this triangle CDE, we can define this angle theta. So let us consider angle CED. So here if we are considering this angle CED, or we can also consider angle DEC. So with the help of this triangle CDE, we can define the value of theta. So if we are defining value of theta in terms of cos theta, so it will be DE by CE. So here CE is not known, this value we don't have, so we cannot define the value in terms of cos theta. Similarly, sin theta will be, this will be CD by CE. So here CD again it is unknown value. Now third, if we are defining value of theta with tan theta, so tan theta will be, it will be CD by DE. So here both the values we have, CD is 2 meter and DE is also 2 meter. So we can define the value of theta as, or tan theta is 1. So the value of theta will be 45 degree. So here we have the unknown value of angle, that is theta. So this will be 45 degree. This theta will be 45 degree. So this angle we can also consider 45 degree. And this also considerable as 45 degree because this angle is right angle. So here we have angle values and dimensions. Now we have to define the forces on each and every member. So first joint which we are going to consider, that is joint E, because it is having minimum unknown or maximum known value. So let's consider first joint as joint E. Now here if we apply the method of joint. So here each and every joint is considerable as a free body diagram. So what we will do, we will draw the free body diagram for this joint E, and here we will apply the conditions of equilibrium, that is summation of Fx equals to 0, summation of Fy equals to 0. Both the condition we will apply to define the force analysis. I told you if we want to define the reactions, so we will use the term that is summation of moment equals to 0. But if we want to define the forces on each and every member, so these two conditions we will apply. So here, let's draw the free body diagram for joint E. So here is the free body diagram for joint E. This joint E subjected to external load 2 kilonewton, and there are two members passing through joint E. So at this particular member, this CE is subjected to force FCE, and this D is subjected to force FDE. So here we have this free body diagram. Now, if we are solving this term with the help of resolution of forces and condition of equilibrium. So first we will apply the condition of equilibrium, that is summation of F is equals to 0. So here we will use the concept of quadrant system. So this particular term will be plus x, this will be plus y, this should be plus y, this is minus x, and this should be minus y. So here if we are taking this condition summation of Fx equals to 0, so we have to resolve all the forces which are acting in x direction. So this particular term will be, here we have one force which is acting in x direction, that is FDE, and it is in minus x direction, so it will be minus FDE, and other force is inclined, FCE, and here we have to resolve this particular force in two component, vertical component and horizontal component. So in x direction the component will be horizontal, so it will be minus FCE cos 45, that is equals to 0. So let's consider this equation as equation 1 because FDE and FCE both are unknown. Now let's apply another condition, that is summation of Fy equals to 0. So here we will resolve all the forces which is in y direction. So here first force which is in y direction, it is the external force and it is in minus y direction, so it will be minus 2. And other force is FCE, vertical component, so it is in plus y direction, this component. So it will be plus FCE sine 45 equals to 0. So we can define FCE from here. So FCE will be equivalent to 2 by sine 45. So this FCE will be, so this FCE, if we are doing calculation, so it will be 2.83 kilonewton. 2 into under root 2, so it will be 2.83 kilonewton. And since this value is positive, so this 2.83 force will be tensile force. So I am writing T for the tensile force. Positive we are considering tensile and negative we will consider as compressive. So here we have this value of FCE. Now we have FCE, so we can define from equation 1 the value of FDE. So FDE will be, so FDE from equation 1, it will be, that is equals to minus FCE cos 45. So it will be, this FCE value we have 2.83 or 2 into under root 2, and this cos 45 will be 1 by under root 2. So it will be minus 2 kilonewton, and this sign is minus, so the force will be compressive. So on this member we are considering tensile load 2.83 kilonewton. So this is subjected to tensile load and this will be 2.83 kilonewton. And this D is subjected to compressive load, so it will be minus 2 kilonewton. So this will be minus 2 kilonewton or 2 kilonewton compressive. So by this way we can define. So here two forces we know on member CE and DE. Now let's consider another joint which is subjected to maximum number of known and minimum number of unknown. So at this joint, if we consider joint C, so this FCE is known and FBC and FCD is unknown. Now let's see joint D. So there are many unknowns here on number of members, because number of members are more on joint D. So first we will prefer this joint C. So let's consider another point, that is joint C. So first we will draw the free body diagram of joint C. So let's draw the diagram. So here we have this free body diagram of joint C. So at joint C, how many members are there? CE, DC and BC. So forces which is applicable on joint C, it will be FCE, FCD and FBC. So one force is known, FCE is known. Now here if we are considering this joint as the reference point, so here we will apply the condition of equilibrium, that is summation of fx equals to 0 and summation of fy equals to 0. So first condition I am going to take for x direction, summation of fx equals to 0. So let's resolve all the forces which is acting in x direction. So here the forces which are acting in x direction will be FBC and another FCE horizontal component. So here let's define the forces. So this will be our equation. This BC is in minus x direction. So here this term will be minus FBC, and this FCE, if we define vertical and horizontal component, so horizontal component will be this in this direction. So this will be positive. So it will be FCE sine 45. So with the help of this equation, we can define the value FBC, because FCE already known. And this value, it is 2.83, FCE is 2.83 and sine 45 is 1 by root 2. So it is 2 kilonewton. And since it is positive, so this particular force will be tensile force. Now let's define another term, that is summation of Fy equals to 0. So here we have this equation if we resolving all the forces in y direction. So FCE, so in downward direction, so it will be minus y, and so it will be minus FCE cos 45, and another force is also in minus y direction, so it will be FCD, minus FCD. It will be equals to 0. And if we solve this, so we will get the value of FCD, it is minus 2 kilonewton. Since it is minus, so it will be compressive. So now we have these two forces also. Here this force FBC, this force is also known, and this force is tensile. So this force will be like this, and FCD is compressive. So FCD will be 2 kilonewton in compressive. So here we have known forces. How many known forces we have? This force, FCE, FDE, FCD and FBC. Now we have 4 known forces. Now rest of the forces we can define with the help of joint D. How many forces are left? Here FBC, FBD and FED. These forces are remaining. So let's define other forces by joint D. So first we will draw the free body diagram of joint D. So let's draw the free body diagram of joint D. So this is our free body diagram of joint D. Here we have known forces as FCD and FDE, and other forces which are known, that is external load 2 kilonewton. Now unknown forces are FBD and FAD. So here we will apply the same concept. We will resolve all the forces in x direction and y direction. So let us consider first condition, that is summation of Fx equals to 0. So here how many forces are in x direction? So first force is FDE, second is FAD. So FDE will be positive because in positive x direction, this FAD is negative because this is in negative x direction, and other which is in inclined direction, it will be FBD. So we will define the horizontal component of FBD. So let's write down the equation as, so here we have this equation FDE minus FAD minus FBD cos 45 equals to 0. So FD is known, that is compressive load 2 kilonewton. So here we will write down minus 2 in place of FDE, and rest of the terms will be same. So we can define this equation FAD plus FBD cos 45, that is equals to minus 2. Now here we cannot define these two unknown terms with the help of one equation. So we will define another equation with the help of summation of Fy equals to 0. So let's define the term. So here this equation will be FCD. From this diagram we can define. So FCD, it is in plus y direction, plus FBD, it is also in plus y direction, but it will be vertical component. So it will be FBD sine 45, and next term will be minus because it is in minus y direction. It will be minus 2 kilonewton. So here we will simplify this term. After simplification of this term, we will get the value of FBD because FCD is known. It is minus 2 kilonewton. So we will put the value of FCD and we will get FBD with the help of this. So it is 5.65 kilonewton, and since it is positive, so it will be tensile load. Now here we have FBD. So we will put this FBD value here so we can define the value of FAD. So if we are putting the value of FBD in this equation, so this equation will be FAD plus 5.65 into 1 by root 2 in, that is equals to minus 2. So FAD will be minus 6 kilonewton, means 6 kilonewton compressive load. So by this way we can define the actual compressive and tensile loading on each and every member. So this is the method of joint for the trusses and frames. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can rate, review and share this lesson with your friends and your known people. And if you want to watch more lessons related to mechanical engineering, please subscribe the channel.